and welcome to my IT final project. My name is James, and today I'll be presenting ShareMeal app. It's a food donation tracker app. This is a fully serverless web application designed to connect food donors, such as restaurants, grocery stores, students, and households, and even the community of Brigham Young University, Hawaii, with registered users who need access to uh, available food resources. The app help reduce food waste and make surplus food easier to redistribute across the community. My ShareMeal app allows donors to submit food donations with details like type, quantity, category, and expiration date. Users can register, um, browse available items, filtered results, and mark donation as collected. Everything runs on AWS Lambda, API Gateway, DynamoDB, SNS, and CloudWatch. The only major design change was removing Amazon Incognito and Amplify because they're restricted in the Learner's Lab, so I implemented authentication manually using DynamoDB and secure hashing inside Lambda. Now here is my architectural design. My original plan, I was going to use Cognito for authentication and Amplify for deployment, but both of these ended up being restricted in the Learner's Lab. So I redesigned the architecture to stay fully serverless using the services that are allowed. The front end runs on S3 static, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. API Gateway exposes all the REST endpoints. Lambda functions handled submitting donations, listing donations, user registration, login, and marking items as collected. Now, the DynamoDB stores all donations and user data. The SNS is connected for notifications using manual email subscriptions. And the CloudWatch captures logs for monitoring and debugging. Even with the changes, the overall architecture is simple, efficient, and works smoothly on the ShareMeal application. This architecture works in a simple but powerful flow. The user loads the site from S3 JavaScript. In the browser, sends request to API Gateway. API Gateway then forwards each request to the appropriate Lambda function, and that Lambda function reads or writes data in DynamoDB. And the result, through API Gateway, the browser updates instantly. And then when a new donation is submitted, the Lambda also triggers SNS to send a notification to any manually subscribed emails. And CloudWatch logs everything behind the scene. Alright, this is for the second part. Now, here is the ShareMeal website hosted in S3. This is the homepage where users can choose to donate food, receive food, and the browse donations without registering or logging in. Let's start by submitting a donation. I'll click I want to donate food, and then here I can fill out the donor's name. Like for example, my name Baldwin. Let's do Baldwin. I'm gonna do my email. 635651. For example, I'm gonna donate two chicken thighs. That's of course dairy. Alright, let's do frozen. It's new and sealed. Could be the expiration date maybe somewhere in February. You can notify me as an email, and then here is the chicken. Browse that image, and then for example, I live in Halifax, so you can pick it up at Halifax. Just send me a message, then submit donation. When I click submit, the browser sends a post request to API Gateway, which triggers the submit donation function. That Lambda generates a unique donation, stores everything in DynamoDB, uploads the image through a pre-signed URL, and returns a confirmation. Let's check the DynamoDB, and here is the donation. So where is my DynamoDB? Over here. This is my two tables over here. You can see, let's click, I think I put it over here somewhere. Let's refresh this. Let's click donations table. Here you go. Chicken size over here. That's frozen. That's my donation that I submitted earlier. You can see the donations donor name, phone, category, quantity, the expiration date, and the uploaded image URL. The record is stored instantly. Next, I will register and to donate food. This form collects the full name. I would say, let's say, it's my brother's name. 18 gmail.com. I think we got the phone number of Philippine phone number. He lives in, let's say, Laie. The password is just a easy one. Make sure it's the same. This form collects the full name, email, phone, city, and password. The password is hashed with SHH256 inside Lambda before being stored in DynamoDB. Since Cognito is not available in the Learner's Lab, I built this authentication system manually in Lambda. After registering, the user is automatically logged in and redirected to the donation list. And if I log out and back in, it checks the DynamoDB and logs me in successfully. Let's click register, and it went through to the browse available donations, in which I can see the donation list. All the items came from the GET request to API Gateway, which triggers the list donation function in Lambda. Filtering works, the search bar update results, and all image loads directly. Let's search for the chicken size. Oh, it's here you go. It's new and sealed. This is where I posted it earlier. I'm gonna click mark donation. Since I'm logged in, I can mark an item as collected. This sends a post request to donations collected, calling the mark collected Lambda function. The item updates in DynamoDB. The UI refresh, and now it shows that donation is as collected, as with the collector's name and email. To you some examples that was donated from the previous donors. Because the Learner Lab has strict IAM and SES restriction, ultimate email services cannot be created or managed pragmatically. However, SNS itself works perfectly, so I implemented notification support through manual email subscription. This means donors or collectors can receive real notifications as long as their email is manually added and confirmed inside the SNS topic. And every time a new donation is submitted, the notification is successfully delivered. These are some examples on the one that we donated earlier. That's the chicken size, and it's also collected by this email and user. For my final remarks, most of the architecture design worked as planned, but I had to make a few adjustments because of the restrictions in the Learner's Lab. Cognito and some Amplify features weren't allowed, so I replaced authentication with a simpler DynamoDB-based login system. I also learned that DynamoDB is extremely strict with naming and case sensitive. If the table name or any attribute doesn't match exactly what the Lambda code expects, the whole flow breaks. Course was another challenge. Here, every resources and method, I have to enable it, or the S3 website wouldn't communicate with the API at all. I also had to configure the integration requests and enable it correctly so Lambda proxy work without errors. And finally, both the S3 function, S3 bucket and SNS topic needed specific policies so upload and notifications could function. Thank you for watching my demo of the ShareMeal food donation tracker. As a final note, the whole idea of this project is to reduce food waste and support the community. I hope this encourages others to donate what they can and help make a difference. Thank you again for watching. Mahalo.